Your gun is missing, Lestrade. He's like, "Arrgh." Hello everyone, welcome back. I have a new game that I'm playing today. It's Sherlock Holmes, Crime and Punishment. Let's get started. Okay.
Holmes! Holmes, will you stop that? You are utterly mad. Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
Policeman. Lestrade.
Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodmen's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Press tab to open the casebook and check your current progress in the investigation, tasks, evidence. Interesting. Select a suit to wear.
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
Mess you've made here. Ooh. That room over there is Watson's. This must be mine.
My archive. I can all...
Okay. How's that a bandit? It's the nicest dressed bandit I've ever seen. That'll do just fine. Alright, Watson, with haste! Ooh, duh. Hi! Can you sit there and stare at his face?
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Completed. I picked out a suit. I completed my first task. What the hell are you doing? Concentrate your attention on finding details that others are inclined to overlook. Like the footprints.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
Ah, Bigfoot. Just as I suspected. What are you doing there? Yeah, I've already found them. Okay. Somebody rode here.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes.
Mr. Holmes?
Okay. What's in here?
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Ah, yes, the lettuce. Oh, wait. That's lettuce.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
This is cool. What's Grandma doing over there? There's a mole on her. Let's check around back. Or not. Don't have time for that.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes. Oh.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Anything unusual that night? When was the body found? Is there a gardener? Oh, I can choose. Yeah. Anything
Madam,
unusual that
can you
night?
tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Ah! Oh, he's drunk. Evening before the murder.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Did he have visitors?
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
What's this? Whoa. Staring at her face. She has 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. I don't... Wait. Where are we going? Birdhouse. Gardening gloves. Those look very feminine. Crested tit. My fave. Is he just like sliding down to look at her? Ooh, rosary. Buttons, buttons, buttons. Character portrait complete. Everything will become
You have
easier.
indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Hell, I don't know.
Never mind.
Oh, shit. Did I mess it up? Choose the evidence that confronts the statements of a character in order to continue. What?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand.
Ah.
The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Indeed.
Thank you, madam.
There's the murder weapon.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
Ooh. Okay.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
T.
These scratches are fresh.
How would you know that?
You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Ooh. Oh, shit.
What a terrible way to die.
You think? Okay.
Someone drank from this glass recently.
Oh.
Someone drank from this glass recently.
2 glasses, eh?
Rum. A sailor's drink.
Ah.
It seems that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
Well, that's good. Ooh.
The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work.
Ah, sailor. Only a sailor would do such a shoddy job. Let's see.
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, this is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
Very cool. Oh, right. He's dead.
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
For real, dude. That had to...
Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Interesting.
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook. The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
Interesting.
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Okay.
This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed.
Interesting. You think?
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
Of course he did. He was drinking with them. Or her. What's B? Oh God. Find a pair of related clues that they will form a deduction. Red color signifies... Wait. Okay. Draw a clear picture of the crime by forming your deductions from the combination clues. Track down the... Okay. An ambush must be made tonight to see if the break-in attempt will be repeated. Make an ambush? What?
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
Okay. Let's see what else we have.
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
Interesting. Interesting. This is a dope cabin. He was just chilling in here. Check his boots.
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8. Old navigation instruments. Nothing interesting. The murder weapon was probably taken from this rack.
How do you know?
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Captain, eh?
The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
Damn. And something is missing.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
Ooh.
Dundee. Hammerfest. It's a whaling map.
Miss Carey?
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
All right.
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Just staring at the window? Your gun is missing, Lestrade. He's like, "Arr."
Shh! Did you hear that?
Dude, you're talking so loud.
There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there!
Mr. Holmes?
Shoot him!
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
Shoot him.
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake!
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector, but please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Nah, shoot him. Something was stolen. All right, let's go find John Hoplin. We can examine his belongings.
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
Interesting. Evidence room.
Mr. Holmes?
Hello. Staff room. Evidence room. Can I go in the staff room? Nope. Okay. Oh, cool. There's a wooden leg. Aha.
These are the suspect's belongings. The
Ah.
notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Cool.
A handkerchief with the initials JHN. A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin. And partner, 1883. From R. Dawson. To my friend, Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer.
Am I standing over him like that, really? A
Does
notebook.
this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know... I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh, no. I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan. The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
Time to investigate. Your hat, shabby, yeah. You have an ear. Potch. Thin neck. He's a thin neck. Buttons. Yeah, what's wrong with... Elaborate buttons. Scars. I'm missing one. Ah.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Please, let me go. I'm innocent.
Brainwaves. That's got to be something, right? We need to find out whether an unskilled and untrained man could use a harpoon well enough to kill by fully piercing a body. Seriously?
I need to stage a reconstruction. I'm sure that Watson would be happy to oblige.
Aha. Well, good luck. Alright, let's go find Watson.
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No. But we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible. But if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Well, thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
Ooh, cool. Oh, it's Toby!
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Toby. Oh. What? That's not what I expected.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
I know.
These boots don't match the footprints.
Ah.
That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
All right.
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise. Yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test.
Oh, God.
Holmes, you should try to aim better and throw as hard as you can.
Release. Terrible.
The harpoon has struck the body, but with insufficient strength to pierce it straight through.
That was a dead shot. Come on, Piggy. Damn.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
I'm home, James.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
You are correct. Ooh. Dawson and Nelligan. Dawson and Nelligan Investment Fund bankrupt. Nelligan missing. Dawson and Nelligan Investment Fund, a regional banking institution based in Cornwall, declared bankruptcy as a result of heavy losses in its loan portfolio and has accordingly been assigned for liquidation. It was the 23rd largest bank in Britain, and its bankruptcy was the second largest on record. Liquidation of company is a pure catastrophe for many Cornwall families. Joshua Negligan, one of the bankers, has since mysteriously disappeared. He was last seen abroad on his yacht, preparing for departure to Norway. Negligan is wanted by both police and creditors. Interesting.
Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
Wow. Okay, tally-ho. Alright, let's interrogate the boy. God, it's like a massive water valve right there.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes. Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress.
The
The police
gold
seized
ring.
this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner.
Interesting.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Interesting.
No shit.
Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
Let's go. Alright, so let's take a look at the ship's logs.
1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Nothing special. Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away.
Ah, what is
Canadian
this?
Pacific Railway, CPR. A torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
Ah.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they're still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Red light district, eh?
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
Off to see Lestrade. Alright. Going to see Lestrade, but we will end this video here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.